Good morning, survivors. How are you doing today? Well, I'm about to pop into my next vlog, so let's get started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head outside. It's raining today, so we're not staying out there very long, but we're gonna head out for a moment and we're just gonna have a little quick chat, all right? So, just so you're aware, later today I will be featuring the beautiful and amazing Sydney V. Smith, who has a very special something about her and is also a survivor of narcissistic abuse herself. She is someone who lives in Hollywood or that vicinity, and I think generally that she's pretty cool. I can't wait to introduce you to her and let her tell you her story and all that good stuff. All right. Other than that, the plan for today is to one of my videos I'm working on is called the Love Yourself Action Plan. I think you guys will like that. And in general, I'm hoping to help inspire and keep you going. All right. Now, one of the things that I've seen coming up in my groups a lot in the last 24 hours is people who are saying, I just don't understand why I miss him or her. I know better. I know it's not healthy, but the narcissist is still kind of stuck in people's heads, right? So today I'm going to actually produce a video about that. And on how to kind of move forward and get through that. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I would offer you a couple of quick tips. First of all, you should focus primarily on, again, what you can control, not what you can't. And, you know, I kind of said this yesterday, but this is something that I think is really helpful. You know, you make a list of things that you won't or don't have to deal with anymore when you've gone beyond the point of being with a narcissist. You know, so like if you look at my channel, you'll see one video that's called 121 things you no longer have to deal with when you go no contact. And that list was made by the SPAN group, which is support for people affected by narcissism in relationships, which is on Facebook. It's free and confidential, and I work, you know, I obviously come in and comment on stuff, but so do 7 or 8 admins that I have that are specifically you know, they're also survivors. They're people who are very caring and loving, and I think the group has nearly 800 members now, so almost always there's someone available to kind of reach out to you when you need help, or to at least, you know, give you a little bit of encouragement. So check that out. It's at queenbeing.com/span if you want to jump right into it, okay? Anyway, but if you look at that video with 121 deal breakers, what you'll find is that the people who you know, the people who shared their stories and their comments and stuff, they were people who have been there and done that. And so, you know, I noticed that some people who have been involved with the comments section of that video, they're like, oh, that's not even real. This isn't so serious. Everybody's different, blah, blah, blah. You know, sure, everybody's different. But the bottom line is that everybody who has been in a relationship with a narcissist can identify with that stuff, especially when it's a longer term relationship. So that's got to tell you a couple things. First of all, it really can't be your fault if everyone else is dealing with the same stuff, right? They might phrase it a little different, or they might, you know, point it, you know, look at it differently than you do, but, you know, or their situation may have been different. But what it comes down to is that you, you know, if it really were you, then all these other people wouldn't have the same experiences, I think. So, bottom line, I think today, if I'm you and I'm struggling with this particular issue, you know, I would remind myself that the feelings that we develop for these people are similar to, you know, the feelings that we develop when we're dealing with, you know, someone. If you've ever known someone who's had a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction, and you think about, you know, when they try to quit drinking or drugging or whatever they're doing, they a lot of times will take themselves to a place where all they can think about is the drug, you know, and especially when times get hard, times get stressful, they stay focused on that drug all the time. And, you know, while they're actively indulging the addiction, you know, they will put everything that they have, everything that they can in that position to, you know, whatever's available to them, whether they're stealing it or they're just borrowing it or they're just taking it from themselves or someone else, they put everything into obtaining and using that drug or that alcohol. And if you think about the feelings that you have regarding a narcissist, a lot of times we become addicted to them in ways that are shocking to us, as well as disruptive to our lives. Because initially we're so overwhelmed and so overblown by, the love bombing phases, right? We go through that part where everything seems amazing and wonderful, and oh, this is my soulmate, la la la, and then we get to that place where, our soulmate becomes our tormentor, okay? And then we become addicted almost to the drama and to the needing to know where they are, what they're doing, things like that. They make us feel less than, and like we have to keep our eyes on them all the time. And then when they finally go through the devalue and discard phases, that's when we find ourselves feeling addicted, feeling like, oh my God, I can't live without this person, and why won't they talk to me, and what is happening? Of course, right about the time, you begin to heal, that's right about the time that you'll find that a lot of narcissists will come running right back to you. So, and that's when the hoovering and the love bombing and all the other stuff starts. So that's at the time that you have to decide, what, I've done all of this healing. I've worked so hard to become myself again after this horribly abusive situation. So what do I do? At that point, a lot of people will open arms, take the narcissist back, because they really are addicted. But if you can consider your own health and safety and mental stability first, you'll realize that, yeah, sure, maybe it would be fun to take that narcissist back for a minute, but the cycle's going to continue. It's going to go on. And so if you're in that situation and you're struggling and you're missing your narcissist today, I want you to just remember that it wasn't so great. I want you to remember the things that suck about being with a narcissist, okay? Because those are the things that you're going to have to deal with on the daily when or if you go back to them. Now, the other thing I want you to think about too is this. If your narcissist has moved on with another person and it looks so perfect from the outside, I think you and I both know that's some bullshit. Okay, let's be honest with each other here. A narcissist does not change his spots or her spots. A narcissist, like a leopard or whatever. But no, seriously though, they don't stop being a narcissist. Even if they get with someone and it looks all perfect from the outside, if you're really honest with yourself, if you think about back in the day when you were new with a narcissist, did it not look perfect from the outside? I mean, people who didn't know you probably had no idea what you were dealing with. And so if it comforts you to know that it's probably not as perfect on the inside as it appears on the outside, if your narcissist has moved on, know that. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that it's true, because you can think about back when you started being with a narcissist, how everything seemed perfect and amazing for you at first. And eventually it started to get ugly, and maybe it was sooner than you realized at the time, right? So today, I'm going to ask you to focus on what you can control, not what you can't. And in regard to the narcissist, I would like you to, anytime the narcissist comes up in your mind in a way that makes you feel like you miss him or her, or you feel as though you're getting cheated somehow, or someone else is getting a better deal because they're with the narcissist, I want you to think about the opportunity that's in front of you right now, because right now you get to choose everything. It's your life now. You're not controlled by someone. You're not moving in a position, towards something that you're not into if you don't want to. You have the options. You have the choice. You get to decide, hey, I'm not going to be controlled by someone else anymore. That's it. You get to decide. So that would be my suggestion today. I would also suggest that you consider asking yourself if you really believe the things that you think you believe. So I'll be talking about that later on my channel today as well. All right. Have a wonderful week. I will talk to you soon. And here's to a rainy day. As you can hear, we got some sirens in the background now. It's probably time for me to go inside. Talk to you.